Action. My name is John, and each week we watch a movie to decide where it ranks on our ultimate list of the greatest action movies of all time. This week we have a guest, and he picked Predator. Directed by John McTiernan, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura, and Shane Black. A team of commandos on a mission in a Central American jungle find themselves hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior.
In a part of the world where there are no rules.
We pick up their trail at the chopper, run them down, grab those hostages before anybody knows we were there. What do you mean we?
Deep in the jungle, where nothing that lives is safe.
You lose it here, you're in a world of hurt. Showtime, kid. Knock, knock.
An elite rescue squad.
You're bleeding, man. I ain't got time to bleed.
Is being led by the ultimate warrior.
We need the best. That's why you're here.
But now,
What's got Billy so spooked?
there's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man. They're up against the ultimate enemy.
Holy Mother God.
Nothing like it has ever been on Earth before.
She says the jungle just came alive and took him.
We cannot see it.
No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing.
But it sees the heat of our bodies and the heat of our fear.
Whatever it is out there, it killed Hopper. And now it wants us.
It kills for pleasure.
He was skinned alive.
It hunts for sport.
It's killing us one at a time. We're all gonna die.
But this time, it's picked the wrong man to hunt.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Hey, and welcome back to Action. With me, as always, is
Dustin.
and
James.
we have a special guest from the Retro Craptacular podcast. It's Aaron Dawson. Aaron?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey man, thanks for coming out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for picking Predator.
Oh, my pleasure.
That was a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually we start off with what people have been doing, reading, watching, playing. So watch anything interesting this week?
Yeah, I binged all of The End of the Fucking World in like one day, and it was excellent.
Yeah, we've brought that up, I think, for the past month.
How many episodes are there?
It's only like 8 or 9 episodes, but like the first one's like not even 20 minutes long. Like
Oh, okay.
it's really.
I think they're all about 20 minutes.
I think
Yeah.
I've only actually watched 4 of them.
I've only watched 2, and I was the first one to watch it. I stalled out like right away.
I've watched 5, I think.
Yeah, I just got interested in other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I blew through it in
Yeah,
one sitting
yeah.
basically, and
Diana,
it was great.
my wife did it in one sitting. She watched every single
really?
episode.
I haven't
yeah.
watched a show in one sitting in a while. And I have
It's
more
'cause
time than you guys.
It's, I was gonna say it's because your life's so busy. It's not.
It is. I'm watching
Yeah.
other
You
things.
got shit going.
It works out to be like just like sitting down and watching a movie pretty much because it's so short. Every episode just
Yeah.
goes real fast. But yeah, I don't know.
And it's good?
It's good. Yeah, I really like it. Obviously, I mean, I sat through all of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know. Sometimes maybe you get like most of the way through and you're like, well, I'm already here. So
Yeah, I gotta finish.
oh
it.
yeah,
gotta finish.
That's the Lost effect.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The Lost Leader.
No, Lost.
Is it Lost? Is that what it's called?
Well, the show
What are they
Lost.
talking about?
Oh, the show.
I said
Lost.
that's the Lost
Oh,
effect.
or
When you get so far into a show where you're like, I just have to finish this
Yeah.
thing right
Battlestar
now.
Galactica.
Battlestar.
Yeah. Oh no, I gave up on that one.
Yeah, I gave
Yeah.
up on that one.
I mean,
That was
that still ended. I mean, it ended not great, but it ended better than Lost. I'd say that.
That was before I gave up on things. Now I've given.
Oh,
I
man.
give
I'm
up on
bad
things
at giving
all
up
the
on
time
things.
now.
I'm getting better at it.
You have to though. There's so much shit out there that if something's not good
yeah.
within 3 or 4 episodes, I'm moving on to something
I
else.
can't fit in Columbo reruns and watch fucking True Blood.
It's harder though when something starts good and then it starts to get bad and you're like sticking with it, like hoping it gets good again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sons of Anarchy,
Yeah.
True Blood.
Something I didn't
Weeds.
give up on was I finished Happy finally.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
It was so good.
it's so great.
Yeah.
Second to last episode is like bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Have you seen that?
I haven't. John keeps telling me
Oh,
that I
okay.
need to watch it.
Yeah.
But
It's
Yeah.
only 8 episodes.
8, yeah.
8 episodes.
Yeah, it's good.
That's pretty doable. I wish the Netflix Marvel shows did that. Where they're always like 13 episodes and they're so fucking long.
I don't finish them anymore because they are way too drawn out and just like filler episodes. Like I never finished Luke Cage, even though I liked it, but I was like, and then I didn't even bother with Defenders and Iron Fist and all that shit.
It's almost like a network show, like a show that's on like a major network. Like they draw shit out all the time. I don't know why they would do that on...
Well, they have to have a certain amount of episodes they have to fulfill. But on Netflix, you have the freedom. You could say, we don't have to write
that's
12
what I mean.
episodes. We could do 8.
Like a really tight 8 episodes would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Tight 8. Mm-hmm. I like it. I watched this show that Dustin turned me on to called Counterpart.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking great. I think I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
They're really, really great. And I started watching Altered Carbon as well.
Oh, how's that?
A lot of fucking nudity.
Oh, so it's great?
Yeah, like there's a shocking amount of nudity in that show.
Is it like trying to go for like an HBO kind of thing?
No.
It's just gratuitous.
Yes, they're creating a world where there's so much nudity that it's part of. Like I'm pretty sure it's by design to make it just like it's a part of like the atmosphere of the time. It becomes just what. Oh, there's nudity everywhere. I mean, I'm sure it's like the same way a person from like the 20s would be surprised.
So
with,
you think does it serve a purpose, or is it just...
I don't know if I'm deep enough into the show to know that. It's definitely creating an atmosphere. That's for sure.
A naked atmosphere.
There's a lot of naked, a lot of violence, a lot of blood, a lot of people getting killed.
Is it any good?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it's got what's the guy's name from The Killing?
Oh yeah,
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Joel McKinnon.
Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah,
except for he doesn't look like him. He looks like he's got 50 pounds of muscle packed onto his like neck and face. Like it looks like a completely different person.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. We need to find out. We need to call Joel up.
He did the Mac diet.
Yeah.
From Sunny.
But he's like yoked out.
Did any of you guys watch Bright?
Yeah.
No, I never got around to it.
I watched that piece of shit.
What did you think?
It's garbage. Yeah. I mean, I hope you think it was garbage.
I mean, like it wasn't good, but like I don't think it was the worst movie of the year.
Well, James, you've only seen 3 movies this year, so.
Well, I actually watched 3 movies just this week.
Holy shit!
My God.
We don't have
On
much
top
time.
of watching
We don't have much time. Rattle them off.
I watched Lady Bird.
Nice.
I watched The Shape of Water and Jumanji.
The new one?
Yeah.
Okay, so really quickly before we go on, there's no talking about this. James, what do you think of Lady Bird and Shape of Water?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask me about Jumanji.
One word.
One word? Okay.
For both of them. That's
And
it.
we're moving on to plot. What do you guys think? So what's the plot of Predator? It's your movie.
Okay,
It's your
sure.
movie.
Why don't you like just bust it down quick?
Yeah, so Arnie and his crew need to go into the jungle to find what they think is like a helicopter of like VIPs that strayed over the border into Colombia or something or Venezuela. Yeah.
It's not clear what country they're in, is it? Like obviously
No.
South
They're in like a
America.
banana republic.
Yeah, they jumped over the border, got shot down by rebels, and they need to go rescue them. And Carl Weathers is a CIA guy who's tagging along. And then they find themselves hunted by the Predator, which is like a alien big game hunter that comes to Earth to hunt the most dangerous game,
Man.
which is man.
Yeah.
Arnold. Yeah. What I didn't get about the plot, and I've seen this movie so many times, and I just watched it again last night, and I enjoyed every second of it, but I still don't understand why the MacGuffin to get them into the jungle is so fucking convoluted.
Yeah, I mean, there doesn't really seem to be a reason for it other than to have some kind of conflict with Dylan and Dutch, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So there's like this secret, somebody knows something and he's not telling, but the movie's not smart enough to actually like draw that tension out.
Yeah, like
in
none of
any
it
kind
matters.
of meaningful way.
Yeah, it doesn't end up mattering at all.
Like, why didn't they just... Because they go and they find, the helicopter that's shot down, and it turns out it was like a group of soldiers
It would make more sense if he had known that there's possibly an alien killing people in the jungle.
Well, why couldn't it just be they were going into the jungle because there was a group of soldiers missing and they needed to go find them?
That's true.
Like,
but I'm saying if they wanted to have that tension, because then there could have actually been like a showdown between them.
And there never really is. I mean, they kind of butt heads a little bit, and then Dylan ends up kind of trying to redeem himself by
going after
Bill Duke's character,
Mac,
yeah. Which,
by the way, does
not work out.
Does Bill Dukes not look like Uncle Fester?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Like if you were going to cast
a badass Uncle Fester.
If I was going to recast Uncle Fester, I would just recast him as I get Bill Dukes. He's got the sunken eyes, the bald head.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, man.
You're going for that diverse Addams Family.
Why can't the Addams Family be black?
They can. They're already Hispanic, aren't they, in the most recent movies?
I don't know.
Are there new Addams Family movies?
Well, no, I mean,
there
was
like
the
new
TV show,
ones like from 20 years ago.
like the Angelica Houston
the
one.
new ones that I watched when I was
I didn't say the new ones. I said the most recent.
Fair, you did.
Did you? What was he was like Spanish? No, Spanish, Italian.
Is he? Well,
he is.
Raul Julia, and it's Angelica Houston. Yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a shit about Addams Family?
Fucking Uncle Fester.
I always prefer the Munsters. Whatever.
Bill Duke is a badass. And every time I see him, I am pleased that he's there.
He eats green berets for breakfast. Oh wait, no, that's Arnie. Never mind.
Our Bill Duke counter is at 2.
Yeah, because he was in Commando.
And our Arnie counter is at 2.
Yeah, because he was in Commando.
No, our Arnie counter is at 3.
It was at 3 because we did True Lies as well.
Mm.
Of course, we didn't ever put out the Commando.
But coming in at number 1, I believe is. God damn it.
What?
Shane Black?
What are you talking about?
Shane Black, yeah.
Shane Black has
done a lot of Shane Black.
I think this is his 4th or 5th appearance.
This was actually my first exposure to Shane Black, was this movie.
When you were...
Oh yeah, when I was like, I don't know, I think I probably saw this movie when I was like 10 or 11 for the first time.
I don't think I ever actually realized that he was in it, because I'd seen the movie many times, but then you brought this up when we were talking about a different movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he was in Predator? I didn't actually know that.
You never watched Monster Squad when you were a kid?
No.
Oof.
I've never seen Monster Squad, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are missing out.
Man. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I think the reason they cast Shane Black in this, though, is because they wanted him to do a rewrite, but they didn't want to pay him.
Oh, was that it?
And I think it was like cheaper to pay him like the SAG minimum than it was to like pay him to do a rewrite. So they're just like, why don't you be in the movie and then also punch up the dialogue a bit?
Yeah, because then he'd be around set all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we thanking Shane Black for all the great lines?
I don't know if we can definitively, but sure.
In my head, I do. But
well, he made up the jokes that he tells like Sonny in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
They're great jokes.
I forgot about those jokes. There's
something.
They're jokes.
So the plot moves. I don't know. I say it starts off moving pretty quick, and then I think it kind of drags.
Yeah. Well, there's
for quite a while.
There's very little bullshit up top, and then you're in the jungle.
Yeah, but then when you get like halfway through, you pretty much have like 2 prolonged montages, and then the final scene. You've got the montage of them setting up all the booby traps.
Yeah.
And then you've got a montage of Arnold setting up all his own personal booby traps.
Yeah. That's true at the end.
Yep.
And I found myself like, I don't know, kind of bored.
No, really? I didn't really get bored at all.
I didn't feel too bored.
I got bored just being like, oh, okay, so that's how you make a snare again.
You didn't love the scene where they just shoot the forest for like 10 minutes?
I was like, this seems like an overreaction for trained soldiers. But maybe that's supposed to speak to how unnerved they are by this invisible thing.
Well, in that scene is actually kind of interesting too, because Bill Duke Mac, he does wound the Predator in that scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the captive, Anna, is the only one who notices the blood.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. And then she doesn't say anything to them then because she's all like freaked out.
She's pretending to be like not know English and.
Well, yeah, but she's also like
point?
terrified.
What's the point of her even being in the movie?
So you can have a woman in the movie.
To give the exposition about like how the Predator comes and hottest time of the year and hunts the men from her village.
But they don't really do a good job of that either. It's
No.
pretty much
Yeah.
it's a throwaway conversation.
Yeah, I think it's basically to set up that it's like a trophy hunter, but you kind of get that anyways from it collecting skulls and shit.
Yeah, I guess, but I honestly didn't really get that. Like, it took quite a while for me to finally get that that's what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
I got there was some weird, when he's like watching everyone, I'm trying to figure out what is he trying to do, because it's like he'll target certain people but not other people. So it's like...
So if they have a weapon, if they don't have a weapon, he won't kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like after they massacre all those people in that camp, right?
It's called war, asshole.
Okay, sorry, war.
After they massacre, well, they do kind of massacre all them.
They do, yeah. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing that they do.
After they do war on the camp.
It's so bad. I'm surprised that Stallone didn't pop up to do it himself.
So after war happens, he's watching them and how they're interacting.
He's
and
recording them too, their voices and stuff.
yeah, but almost to see, it's like he's targeting only like the really bad or the really I don't know.
I didn't think that. I just thought he was.
I don't know.
I suppose-
He's just observing them and
but-
record. He uses audio of one of their voices later to like fool.
But I don't think
Yeah.
James is necessarily wrong, though. I mean, like there is possibly a methodology to why he's killing them off in the order he does. Because there are times when he could like kill one or another, and he decides to kill one.
Sure.
Like in the scene when he kills.
But his plan is to kill them all. Like
It is, but
Yeah.
like I think what James is saying is, like he's obviously going in an order.
Yeah, he's going in like an order, I guess.
well, he
Yeah.
probably just is picking who he thinks is weakest or is going to be easier to do. Right?
Yeah, but he kills off Sonny. Is it no Billy?
Billy.
Billy. He kills off Billy when he's like completely wounded. He could have killed Arnold, which would have been the smart play.
No, he kills Richard Chavez.
Yeah, he kills Poncho.
Poncho, sorry.
Yeah, Billy, because Billy pulls out the machete and like cuts his
Yeah, that's
chest,
right.
and he's gonna.
Yeah, so he kills Poncho, but he really should have killed Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, maybe that's the sporting nature of him as he's leaving his what he figures is his.
Yeah, and that's what James was saying. I think he's like he has an order he's moving in.
But I mean, you're supposed to get all of this.
He has a kind of code that he's hunting by.
I guess you're supposed to get all of this from like he doesn't speak or anything, right? So
he
you're supposed to.
clicks.
Yeah, he clicks.
Clicks and roars.
So, but you're supposed to get all this from his actions throughout the movie and how he observes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that works.
I would think trophy.
The show me, don't tell me.
Yeah.
I know, but he's like trophy hunting.
Well, there's that scene where he like pulls out
Yeah.
Spinal cord. Come on, that's fucking great.
Blaine's spine and like hits it with the.
It's like
Yeah,
fucking
that's
Sub-Zero.
great.
He's like polishing
That's great.
skulls, and you can see he's got like Bill Duke's skull and a couple
Yeah,
others like
yeah.
in his bag and stuff like that.
Does anybody have a favorite scene that like this scene that like stands out as like good or bad or interesting in some way, but for some reason sticks in their brain?
Yeah, I always liked when, like the very end when Arnold is fighting the Predator.
Yeah.
Like that kind of last battle is always good, and like from like when he figures out that like it can only see through heat vision and stuff. Like I like that scene is really good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
with
he
the
like
mud.
he just like crawl out of the river.
I don't think that's how heat vision works, by the way, but whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It plays in this movie.
So there's something at the end I don't really get when he's like scanning and he has him pinned against the rock. I guess Arnold's covered in mud,
Yeah.
but it looks like he scans his skull.
Yeah,
I don't
He
understand
sees
that.
some heat signature over it, and he blasts, and it turns out to be some like little critter that's over there.
No, but isn't
No,
there...
when he's like holding,
Were you talking
he's
about
holding
the very
Arnold
end?
up against the tree,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he seeks his like fucking head. Maybe he's like sick,
Oh, at the end of the tree though, but he's gone through the river, and the mud is all off of him at that point.
but he's
I just don't understand that scene. Isn't he holding him against a rock or has him against a rock?
Or
And
a
he,
tree or something.
yeah,
and he
something like that.
scans his skull and you can see his skull,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then he doesn't like kill him right there.
No, he takes his shit
he
off.
takes his stuff off because he wants him to see him before he kills him, finishes him off.
He wants to fight a man. I think that at that point, what you're supposed to understand is that the Predator sees him as a worthy adversary, so he's gonna like relinquish his weaponry and stuff and fight him like
mano a mano,
beast to beast.
He's earned that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Was this invented? Like, was the design of Predator? Was it H.R. Giger?
Stan Winston.
Okay.
Yeah, he
James
based
Cameron.
it on like a Jamaican warrior painting or something that he had.
Yeah, apparently James Cameron was sitting next to him on the plane, and he's like, "It'd be really cool if someone had like dreadlocks."
I hate James Cameron. This is not the
he
first
looks
time.
fucking great.
What do you mean?
Cameron sucks.
We're so excited for Avatar.
Is
all 5 Avatar
is
sequels?
Avatar an action movie? Can we do that?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Is somebody gonna make me watch that movie?
No. I'm definitely not going to be picking that.
And
It seems like we have to get to it eventually.
I'm not. Well, yeah, it's like fucking 2043. We can do it.
By then, hopefully, you'll have all of them. You can
just do.
You can do Avatar
marathon.
month. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I don't think he's a great filmmaker. I get it. I just. Ugh.
Anyway, the Predator. It looks fucking awesome to me. Like the reveal when he takes off his shit. He looks so sweet. His fucking weird fang mouth, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting looking. I kind of wish I could see the final version of what the original creature was supposed to look like.
Oh, it looks real dumb.
Yeah.
Have you seen the behind the scenes?
I've seen the behind the scenes with Jean-Claude Van
because
Damme.
Jean-Claude was the Predator before for a few days or something.
How tall was that Predator? Like 5'4"?
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Yeah, but he has like this extension, like in the costume.
It has like a long neck with like
neck.
some like pincer type things going on.
It looks pretty.
Really fucking dumb.
Why would
This movie would not be as highly regarded as it is if they had stuck with that.
Definitely
Why
not.
was John Claude like? Why would he be in a movie where he's in a bodysuit the entire time?
Exactly. He had a problem.
Well, he
with
wasn't
that
super.
At the end.
He wasn't really all that famous at the time, but also, they wanted somebody who was going to be able to do sweet like athletic maneuvers, right, in the suit. But
Yeah, but you imagine him trying to fight, like doing roundhouses
big
with
roundhouse
that.
So
splits,
this is why
It would have been hilarious.
There's a question I have.
Predator
Then.
buns.
I have the same.
The sweet,
We
sweet
would have
buns.
seen his buns. Those.
It's in his contract.
It's in his contract.
Yeah. This is my question I had for Turtles too, though. Was like, why don't they just get stunt people to do everything?
Well, weren't all the turtles played by stunt guys, but then they're just voiced by
No,
voice
they were
actors?
played by actors. There was actors in the suits, and there were stunt people doing the stunts.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then 3 of them were voiced by different people,
Right, but
and
one of them
only
was by the
only
actor.
Raphael was voiced by the actor who portrayed him.
Right.
Oh,
So
really?
pretty much like most of them had like Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo had 3 people playing them.
I didn't realize the people in the bodysuits weren't the ones doing the stunts.
I
thought
didn't
that
realize
was-
that either until I watched the movie and I did some research into it. But because I listened to an interview with I Was There Too on the podcast. I Was There Too, I think it's called, where they have Raphael's actor and he did the voice too, and it was rare. And then they were like, "Did you do the stunts and the fighting?" And he's like, "No, fuck that. Like I didn't do any of that shit." So-
Weird. Why bother having actors to be the turtles but not be just the stunt
I don't know,
people?
but that's the same question I have for this. Is like, why not just have a stunt person?
Well, eventually they did.
I know from the beginning, just do.
Well, who like played Predator?
Oh, Kevin something. I can't remember his name right now.
He's got
how-
3 names.
How
He's
tall
the
is the guy?
chopper pilot at the end of the
Peter
movie.
Hall.
Kevin Peter Hall.
He's a French guy,
At the end of the
isn't he?
movie when they're leaving and there's
no.
that black
He's definitely not.
chopper pilot. That's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because isn't he like really tall?
He's super
Yeah.
tall. I think he died pretty young too.
35.
Yeah. But he was in Predator 1 and 2, I think. He was the Predator.
So was Anna.
She's in 2?
She's
No,
in
she's
2.
in 2. I forgot that. I haven't seen 2
Is
for
she?
a long time.
Yeah, she's the connecting thread.
Oh, because she's the only one that came back?
And 2 is also where Danny Glover goes into a room where the predators have been, and there's like a xenomorph
Yeah, there's
skull
an alien-
from Alien.
the alien
so that's
skull.
how those started getting connected.
So do you have a favorite scene? A scene that stands
Well, I
out
would have
for
said
you?
the same too as the final
Well, other than
finale,
that.
the final showdown. But I'm trying to think what else was really great. when they first discover the mutilated corpses of the guys in the jungle, that's pretty cool. I remember as a kid, that part was like, oh, fuck. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Did you notice the name of the soldier that they find is Jim Hopper?
Yeah. Wait, what is that? Why should I know that?
That's the name of the sheriff in Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. Is that just a coincidence?
I don't know, but I feel like the Duffer Brothers are probably like
just throwing 80s shit in there.
80s savvy enough to know that.
Yeah, that could be.
Do you have
My favorite scene?
not favorite, just one that stands out?
I mean, the war scene.
You really got your fucking rocks off on that one, eh? Got your dick hard?
Yeah, it really got my dick hard.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do you try to be sarcastic about it instead of enjoying it so much?
Because I'm not supposed to enjoy that.
It definitely that scene definitely stands out.
It's just straight up violence. That's all it is.
Yeah,
And that's like the first
fucking
real
cathartic.
action in the movie.
Yeah. Well, it start like when he lifts the truck off the blocks.
Yeah.
And it's got to flex his muscles, and then everything just starts blowing up, and they just
There's some
randomly
big
killing
ass
people.
explosions
Oh, yeah.
in that scene.
The whole lead up to that scene is really good, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's all
slithering down.
it's all really like tied together. Like each shot leads into the next shot,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it just cuts to B unit.
You do get the geography of the
Yeah.
base in your mind.
Yeah, and then the only other than like the end scene, but another scene that sticks out to me for some reason is when he's running away, he like falls onto like some slip and slide and goes down the mountain.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was
when Arnold's running.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I was like, am I watching Jingle All the Way in the jungle, or am I watching Predator right
Well,
now?
it's just like it turned into like almost an Indiana Jones kind of.
It was kind of a thing in the 80s to have a scene where someone slides down something.
Oh yeah, and then like right then he's like,
Indiana
oh
Jones.
shit. And then,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, they also use a specific shots, and Aaron probably knows more about this than I do. Throughout the entire film, they use like I'm not saying they're fixed cameras to the body, but like cameras of like in front. They're in front of you of the actor while they're like running towards it, and it moves with them.
Oh yeah.
And they use that like multiple times. There's some interesting like shot stuff in the film, I thought.
Yeah, well, McTiernan was a pretty good director. I mean,
Yeah.
for a while
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm not saying that they were like amazing, like wow, how'd you think of that one? It was just like, oh, this seems different than the rest of the film shots type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know John McTiernan hates that the war scene
Oh yeah.
because it was like all like second unit pretty much, and he's like it's so boring. It's all just like locked off cameras and like shots of
It's not super dynamic.
stuntmen getting blasted into the air, and
It's just like a lot of cuts to
Yeah.
a tower blows up, guys go flying out.
Yeah.
Another area gets blown up, guys fly out. Yeah.
I like the scene where I think is the scene when Mac gets killed. Is that the first time we see the alien vision, the Predator vision, with the triangle?
I believe
the
so.
three
Yeah.
dots.
Yeah.
The 3 dotted
homing.
laser
Yeah,
sight.
I like that. That stands out to me because I was like,
Yeah.
it's really iconic. I think it looks really cool the way they do it. I don't understand quite how it looks like he gets his fucking face blasted off.
It's a gnarly kill. Eh?
It's a gnarly kill because he's like the back of his
The
head
back of the whole head
explodes.
blows out.
Yeah.
But
then it shows his face later and
yeah,
it doesn't look to be
Dylan-
terrible.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers can see him. He's
Yeah.
like, and then Carl Weathers gets his arm shot off and tries to be like.
And it's
the
just
other
tucked
guy.
into his vest.
And the other thing that really stands out for me is when they're doing the montage when they're all like working together to like create traps for the Predator.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much like a butched out version of the volleyball scene from Top Gun.
Some big sweaty
It's
muscles.
just like sweaty dudes like working and like pulling trees down, and like everybody's got their shirts off, and it's just like it's such muscle porn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that was kind of, I'm pretty sure that's in Arnold's contract too. He's like,
Oh,
there needs to
yeah.
be at least 5 scenes where I can flex my muscles really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like him and Jesse Ventura were competing like all the time to see who could get bigger arms and stuff.
Who would show up to work out first and stuff.
Yeah, and Arnold would like fuck with him. He, what did he do? He told Wardrobe to tell.
He made Wardrobe make his clothes smaller.
No, he told Wardrobe to tell Jesse Ventura like a different number for the size of his biceps, and then they measured Jesse Ventura's arms, and he's like, oh shit, I'm like 3 inches bigger than Arnold. And then Arnold was like, oh, we should bet on like whose arms are bigger. And then they measured, and Arnold's was like 3 inches bigger than Jesse Ventura's.
Man, I bet that was hard for him to deal with. I kind of love Jesse Ventura in this movie.
He's great. Well, he has so many great lines. Are any of his lines like your favorite quotes, or does any of his lines stand out?
Yeah, I mean, one of his first lines is probably the best line in the movie, but I'm not sure we should use it.
Well, you can use it. Just say it.
Let's just listen to it.
Let's just listen to it for a second.
Get that stinking shit out of my face.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here. This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
Yeah, strap this on your sore-ass plane.
But yeah, that line always cracks me up. It's just, he delivers it so great. And he has another one too, though.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
This movie is like loaded with some grade A.
Yeah, there's lots of good lines in this one.
Yeah, stick around.
Stick around is good. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
When the big man was killed, you must have wanted it. Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah. If it bleeds, if we can kill it, I think that line stands out as being above everything else, as being such an iconic.
What about get to the chopper?
Get to the chopper.
So,
He says that twice.
No, he does not say
he
it twice.
does say it twice,
no,
but one time he says it.
He says it more than twice. And my favorite line is a montage, or is just like a cut up of all of the times. He says it like 4 times. It's like, he says, get to the chopper, move to the chopper, run to the chopper, let's go to the chopper.
The chopper.
The chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper.
Yeah, those are my favorite
But the one
lines.
time is like the real.
Yeah, the one time is the real time.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
You one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, there's quite a few good ones. And then, of course, you got Shane Black's hilarious jokes.
Yeah. So I think I guess that was plot?
Well, we kind of went into quotes there.
No, we've moved through. Are you talking
Plot.
about where we are right now?
Yeah, where are we at with everything?
Oh, we're on, lap. We've moved through plot. We've moved through pacing. We're moving through quotes.
I guess we kind of did pacing.
Yeah.
But we didn't really talk. We just said,
we're talking plots and pacing for a second. Something I noticed this time around watching the movie is that it kind of breaks like most of the rules of like good writing. Like good screenwriting. Like all of the characters are completely flat, one-dimensional. You have no reason to like any of them. There's no real antagonist like motivation. The plot is literally just like you need to not get killed, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're there
Survival.
and something's trying to kill you.
Yeah, but there's no.
Well, you get the impression that.
But somehow it works.
Yeah, you get the impression that Dutch has some kind of like honor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that kind of job or whatever.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure why our guys that are like some elite military squad are allowed to turn down orders for certain jobs. No, my team doesn't handle that kind of moral kind of quandary.
But yeah, like I feel like this movie came out today, it would just get like shredded by like video essayists on YouTube. Like, it doesn't. There's no sympathetic characters, and there's no,
Well, there's enough. Like,
nothing drives the plot forward, and
interplay like between the characters leading up to stuff that you at least kind of like. Oh, these guys are kind of fun.
It does not pass the Bechdel test, Beachdale test.
No.
Bechdel, no.
Bechdel.
I don't know. Like, I don't. I don't know if you do get that, because at the beginning when the guys are there, I don't know if these guys actually even like each other. Like, that's the impression I get.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I think that Mac and Blaine really like each other.
Yeah.
They're very good friends.
I think that they are very good friends. They remember some very important nights that they spent together in the jungle.
Yeah. I get the impression they're like a tight crew of friends. Yeah, we got it.
This makes Cambodia looks like Kansas, man.
Yeah, they like allude to past jobs together, and like Dutch is like got he's got this thing he's got to protect his guys, and Dylan's got them into this shit where it's like, you've put my team at risk. Like he clearly cares about the welfare of them and all that stuff.
Like, I get that all of them play their role, and like, you know, this guy's the tracker, and this guy's the, I don't know, the guy with the big gun. This guy's the...
Yeah, he's the guy with the big gun.
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure that's what Mac said to Blaine. During that night in Cambodia.
Bring out old Painless?
Yeah.
What an impractical weapon to lug through the jungle.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Looks fucking sweet, though.
It does look sweet.
Were there a lot of tropes that you guys saw?
This is like Tropes the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what ones stood out to you, Dustin?
Well, I mean, you got the whole... Well, I like the reverse Predator thing they do at the end, where then Arnold becomes the Predator hunter guy.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the first time they meet Carl Weathers, Arnold and him do like the handshake,
son of a bitch.
arm wrestle.
Yeah. Who's stronger? Arnold, of course.
That's pretty good. I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
It's a good. That's like classic action movie. Like,
oh, it's filmed so funny too. Just like the two arms,
just two sweaty arms. Just.
You know what's filmed funny is the at the end of the movie when they, you know, the movie's over and they're running the credits and it's like starring. And it's like,
it's like all their photos.
It's like a sitcom.
It's a horribly like everybody's like kind of looking at the camera and smiling goofily.
Hey, I was Mac.
Yeah, like, hey, like, throw me a gun. Like, I'm Dylan.
Yeah, it is a funny.
Yeah, it was like really like, oh,
it's
this
like
is a weird little cherry that we're putting on top of this sundae.
I honestly think that end where they roll the credits and they show everyone, it would have been better if they showed clips of their final like scene in the movie. So it's like them dead and then them coming back and like, hey, you know, like,
I thought it was like their headshot.
They should have had the Predator at the end too, like,
yeah.
I'm the Predator.
And then it's like putting his hands in the air and like you know, like putting them, I'm doing an action on the podcast and putting it for like, oh, you guys, like, oh shucks. Yeah, this is pretty trope heavy. Pretty trope heavy movie.
There's all kind. You got the mystical Native American tracker guy.
Oh yeah, right.
I was gonna say it's a pretty diverse cast actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's definitely playing their stereotype.
Yeah.
Well, but you've got a mix of people. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, but still.
I mean, it could have just been like 10 white guys, but.
So what's Hawkins supposed to be in this group?
The guy who dies first.
Yeah. He's the nerd.
I thought
I think he's the radio guy.
Oh, he's the radio guy.
I was going to say
the
radio guy.
Oh.
They always make the guy with the nerd the radio
glasses,
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I seem to remember him packing up like a little like dish kind of thing at one point.
Oh, okay.
3/4 of the movie they use that dish.
Do they?
Yeah, Carl Weathers does it to call the helicopter, and they say they're too far out still.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to think of some other tropes. Well, you've got the betrayal thing between Dylan and Dutch or whatever.
That's such fucking horseshit, though. Like, that's such a weak... Like, Aaron was totally right. It's such a weak storyline.
Well, it just doesn't end up serving a purpose, really.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't follow through to anything.
Well, it's not really that believable either.
How do you mean?
Well, like, they're really that upset at each other over that?
Like, he lied to him, man. He put his men in danger.
They don't talk for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Well, there's such a quick turnaround is that it doesn't end up having any real impact.
Yeah.
But then Dylan is like, no.
I'm going to save Mac.
I'll go after Mac. He does a great job, too. Because Mac ends up actually saving him temporarily. When he's like, puts his hand on her shoulder and like pulls him into the dark.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
speaking
that's
of
another trope.
Speaking of great lines, though, actually going back for a sec, this is Mac to Dylan when he's like, "You're ghost nest, motherfucker." He's like, if you give away our position again, I'm gonna bleed you out.
You notice how like they all have like their own gun too. Like they're not like we don't use standard issue nothing.
Yeah.
This is another thing that always bothers me.
But it's it gives everyone a look, right? So
that's how you can identify them by their gun.
Well, they're a cross between like a video game character,
Well, they're like G.I. Joe characters.
Yeah, they are. They're
Contra.
Yeah, that's true.
They all come with their own gun, their own outfit, their own everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that if the action figure line comes out, he's got his rifle, his rocket launcher machine gun. He's got his little submachine gun, whatever.
Blaine's got his MTV T-shirt on.
Yeah. Was there an action figure line for original Predator?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
If there was a character that should have been wearing an MTV T-shirt, though, it should have been Shane Black.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what makes the most sense.
But again, he was just the guy that dies first, so they didn't give him his own gun. Him and Carl Weathers had the same. They both had the MP5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Actually, and then Poncho, doesn't he have like 2 of them at one point in the movie?
Oh yeah.
I just gave you a look at Aaron responding to it because he said they both have the MP5.
Yeah.
And then you were like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Fuck, who fucking knows what gun it is?"
Sorry.
MP5. Oh, it's like that's actually a 1995 Beretta.
It's a gun that's used in like a million movies.
It's in a lot of video games.
Do you
too.
ever notice that stuff, James?
Narc?
No.
It's like something that goes completely over my head.
I don't know what.
Well, I was more into guns when I was young too, so
an AK-47.
It's an MP5. You'll notice they have a bump stock on it. I'm just stuff I heard in the news. I don't know.
They didn't have any bump stocks.
Well, yeah, I think he does. Carl Weathers has 2 of them at the end because I think he takes Shane Black's old MP5.
Yeah, because when he gets his arm shot off, then he goes to the other one.
He has 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has like across his chest.
Did you love it when he gets his arm shot off and then his arm is still pulling the trigger and shooting the gun as it's flopping on the ground?
That's another trope.
Yeah.
It's called science, bitch. Yeah.
Science.
Do you have a favorite kill? No one says anything.
I like when Jesse Ventura gets his chest blown out.
Yeah, I mean all the kills are pretty good.
Okay, I know that's personal.
I think my favorite kill is
James's is the all the innocent people getting shot.
No, it's the pig.
Yeah, I love that kill too, because it's like so dark outside. All he knows is that there's this monster out there, and he's like, can you imagine him like he's like in the woods, the jungle. So Canadian. So he's in the jungle and he's just like stabbing this boar to death. Not knowing what it is.
Well, they even made it. I killed you, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, they even made it sound kind of like the Predator too, right? Like they made those sounds.
Yeah, it's just so intense.
Did the Predator make himself sound like the boar?
Oh my god.
What? I took that script and I flipped it. Thank you. You're welcome.
I also do like the stick around.
Yeah, stick around is good.
I like the.
But that's more for the line.
I think I like the Bill Duke getting killed scene.
Yeah, that was pretty gory.
It's pretty gory. It's pretty good.
Which one was I thinking of? I love Billy's death because you don't see it. No, I guess Max is probably the best. The Dylan one is. Oh, well, actually, it's not even technically a kill, but when he rips out the spinal cord and the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can pretend he's alive if that makes it better.
It does. It makes it so
He's
much
actually still alive. He has its pulse. It's weak. Very weak.
They just kind of got rid of Richard Chavez real fast, didn't they? Like he just gets shot in the head and done. Like his head doesn't explode.
They're just carrying him and then he's killed as they're trying to escape. But.
Yeah, he really serves nothing other than. Well, I mean
you gotta have guys so that can get killed.
Yeah. He probably should have had punctured lungs.
Well, he was dumb enough to get hit by his own log trap.
Man, when the Predator gets hit with that log from the top, I was like, oh, fuck.
That's a not bad kill. I mean, it's more of a suicide than a kill.
Well, he's not really dead either.
After that.
Yeah.
Well, when the Predator actually dies.
Yeah. When he's laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he? I was wondering when I watched it this time. I never thought about it before. Was he like? Is that how the Predator laughs, or is he imitating the laughter he recorded earlier?
I think it was.
He's
I think it was,
imitating it.
Yeah, it's Billy's laugh
Yeah, okay,
when he tells
That's much cooler.
the joke, the hilarious second joke that he tells.
Because he's like, I don't actually have emotions, but you do. Listen to your friend. I'm the Predator.
Oh, it's like psychological.
Yeah, because he's like,
with him.
you might have survived, but you're gonna have some goddamn damage. You're going home with some post-traumatic stress.
I don't believe for 1 second Dutch has any post-traumatic stress.
Fucking Dutch got on that fucking chopper and he fell asleep.
His job well
He was
done.
like,
I mean, to be fair, he's probably up for like 3 days straight.
No, I'm saying like eventually, like
yeah.
like he's like he doesn't give a shit.
I read a thing, and I don't know how true this is, but I read something after he's supposed to have radiation sickness because of the Predator's bomb afterwards, and then I guess there's some comic or something, a storyline where they're gonna like interrogate him afterwards and hold him to figure out what happened, and he escapes, and then he's like never seen again or something.
But then he turns into a predator.
And then he turns into the Predator in Predator 2.
I think it was one of the comics. Like his brother is supposed to be like a New York cop.
Oh, okay.
And then they basically just moved it to L.A. and
John McClane to L.A. to L.A.
It sounds familiar.
Wait a second. Does he have possible family in Washington D.C.?
Just the faxes.
Unknown.
Just the faxes, man. Just the faxes.
Yeah. Then they basically just like took that and set it in L.A. and cast Danny Glover.
Yeah, I
like this is Predator 2 now.
Choice, Danny Glover. He wasn't really like thought of as like. I mean, like he's in the Lethal Weapons, obviously, but I still didn't really think of him as like an action star.
Well, and he's not really he's fine in that movie, but he's very out of place.
Yeah, it's been. I'd like to do that one eventually because it's been a really long time since I.
Predator 2?
Yeah.
So, you're more than welcome to choose it, man.
How many predators are there? And
Predator 2, Predators, and there's The Predator coming out soon.
And
then you have Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Yeah.
Requiem.
I haven't seen that.
Is Predators the one where there's like 2 different kinds of species of
the one
predators?
with Adrian Brody.
Yeah. And Walton fucking Goggins.
Yeah.
I watched that in the theater.
Yeah, I did too.
I really like that one, actually.
I remember liking it.
Yeah.
As Lawrence Fishburne shows up.
Doesn't it have the guy from the 70s show in it?
Yeah,
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace. Yeah. He's one of the predators that's alluded to in the title.
He's a predator?
He's not an alien. He's like a killer.
He's a doctor who's like a
It's supposed to be like
quick plug for my show though. We're doing Predator 2 whenever I think it's September or August or something like that, whenever the new Predator comes out.
Is that when it's coming out?
Right around the corner, man.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
So stay tuned for that.
So
in September.
Hopefully Crisis.
You don't know. Someone could just be listening to this.
Well, that's true.
In September.
Back to school, Predator 2 time.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask a couple questions, trying to mix things up a little bit. Do you guys think there's a scene in this movie? Is there a scene that you would put in this movie, or a scene that you would take out of this movie to make it better?
I mean, I would take out / change like the setup a little bit, just to make it less convoluted. So just have them like be
the CIA style.
Yeah, just have them like be looking for missing Marines or something like that, or Green Berets or whatever, instead of whatever bullshit they were actually doing.
It would have been cool to have a scene where you see the Predator's ship, like maybe he has to go into it to get something or whatever, just to like
condoms or some water.
Yeah, condoms. Yeah.
Some domes.
Well, I was wondering. I was thinking about this too. I was thinking about this when we were watching it too. I was like, what does the Predator eat? Like, I don't think he's supposed to be eating
Eats your fucking fear.
I don't think he. That's what he feeds off of.
I think he just drinks the blood. I don't know.
Yeah. And does he? Why wouldn't they show that?
He probably brought some stuff with him.
He's got some jerky.
Some TV dinners.
He's actually a paleo, eh?
Well, I don't know. That suit is pretty intense, right?
It's probably pumping.
Like when he takes his
nutrients.
mask off, there's all that
pressurization.
So maybe he's got a tube down his throat feeding him.
Could be, I guess.
Up his dick hole.
You gotta go to the dick hole.
You guys thought of everything.
I wonder if he has a dick.
Hey, maybe on his planet, that's how they, up the dick
That's
hole.
how they eat. Like when you're a baby, you get up the dick hole.
If they were making this movie today, they would have added like a scene where he pulls out his wallet or something, like Dutch like pulls out his wallet and he's got like a picture of like Blake Lively in there, and he's like, oh man, can't wait to get home to her.
Ooh, yeah, he's got that it's a leather wallet.
Yeah,
he's got like that condom ring. It's like always beaten into every like leather wallet they have, where it's like there's I'd like a scene like in Heat where the Predator and Dutch like meet at the river for a glass of for some water because they're both thirsty, but they like talk and then they like go back to their own little nests, and then and then all the tomfoolery happens with
it seems to be a common theme with you that you want that type of scene in movies.
That's my plan. Every movie I want the Heat scene in that.
It's like, or one of those like midnight, it's Christmas Eve during World War II, and like the German soldiers and the American soldiers
soccer or some shit. Some fucking goofy European thing with light candles, like eat a goose and like play
some cricket.
I think it would have been good to have a scene or change the scene where when Dylan has Anna and Dutch gets upset with him, that he almost is like, fine, I'll do it myself or something, and he leaves, and then that kind of they run into the Predator somehow, but then that's when Dutch comes back in and then they team up again or something. Like that would make a little more sense maybe.
Yeah.
Then you could kill Anna. Because she
What's your problem with Anna, man?
She serves no purpose in the movie.
She's a woman.
Well, like you said, she fills in some little bit of history, folklore about the Predator.
Yeah, we didn't talk about all the glowing blood too much.
It's pretty dope.
Do you want to talk about it in depth, or?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I know they used glow sticks.
You know what it reminds me of?
Cut them open and use that.
A little movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The ooze?
Yeah, let's talk about that again.
Because it's the same glowing ooze, and it's dope.
Is it the same stuff?
I guess. I don't know. I'm guessing it
wouldn't be surprised.
It looks cool. I remember one time I was like, I just graduated, 18 or 19. I was like, we went camping, a bunch of people, and I was like so fucked up. And we were at this lake, and like I was like really messed up, and I was like, all of a sudden I walked away from the group, and on the rocks and on this like stump, it was all glowing, and it was just like everything was glowing, and I was like, oh my god. And I run back to the group, and I'm like, I found it, guys, I found it. And like my friend Steve, like, come with me, and he's like, what is it? And I'm like, look, I found it. And he's like, holy shit. And it was like glowing, and then somebody else comes along, and we're like, dude, check this out. And he's like, oh yeah, somebody like broke up some glow sticks and like spread it everywhere. And we're like, oh yeah.
What did you think that it was?
I don't know.
The essence of life.
I thought it was
toxic waste. Or something?
It was the ooze.
It was the ooze. I don't know. I was just like, we've made a major discovery here. We need top people to come down. Top men to come down to the lake.
Wow. That's amazing. That was a kind of a thing when I was a kid, like ooze stuff or like slime, like toys. Like I remember there was a He-Man set that had slime that you would dump over the guys and shit like that.
Slime's making like a huge comeback. I mean,
yeah, now it's like people make their own slime and stuff. Yeah.
There was like a bunch of Goosebumps toys when I was a kid that would like spray goop everywhere. Kind of if everyone remembers the hit TV show Goosebumps.
I never watched it, but I remember it.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I don't know why you're making fun of it. There was like a movie that came out last year.
It was
Jack
actually
Black.
It was not bad.
You watched it?
I did. I saw it. It was on Netflix. I was like, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw it too.
It was okay.
Well, they didn't watch it.
They didn't watch it. You did?
Bunch of secret goose heads in the crowd today.
Well, I was a little that was after my time kind of thing. So I didn't. My sister, I remember, read all the Goosebumps books.
So if you were gonna, what's the another question. What's the biggest strength or the biggest weakness of this movie?
Arnold.
Well, Arnold.
Strength or weakness?
Strength. Yeah.
Jesse, the body of Ventura, is the strength of this film.
No, I don't know. I think it's like it's pretty simple. I think it's a pretty simple plot, but I think it does it really well. And
I guess what more do you really need in a plot?
Mad Max style, man. Yeah, it's fine. It's like you can have a simple plot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that, I mean...
What if they fell in love?
Nothing really stands out to me as like, oh, this is something terrible about the movie. Is there something you thought was like super deficient?
Deficient, no. I think the weakness of the movie is the montages of them just building booby traps.
Yeah.
I think the biggest strength of the movie is how aggro it all is.
Yeah. I could do it. If they just cut one of the montages, I could do it.
Yeah, I think the montages, like, there's just too much of that. But I think the strength is probably how shitty it was to actually make this movie with those egos and those people. Actually, I feel like is a benefit to the movie. They're always like really except for Shane Black. These like ripped, like super strong dudes who probably were competing for like.
Well, workout wise, they were definitely competing.
Yeah.
Is Bill Duke that ripped?
No, but he's
wearing long sleeves.
You just know he's a bad motherfucker.
Bill Duke has an intensity about him.
Yeah.
Bill Duke, Bill Duke would scare me. I feel like.
You know, he done fucked it. I can't always. As all I can ever think of when I see Bill Duke is the menace to society. Yeah. You know, he done fucked up now.
Yeah. So, what's your overall feeling about the movie, James?
Like
You're reading. What's your feeling? Like, what are you? Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. Fair to middling. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty. I was entertained. There was some good Arnold lines in it.
I think this is top tier Arnie.
Yeah.
Like when you, I would probably put it after like the first two Terminators and like Commando probably.
It's after
I find
Commando
a little more entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
it's just a little bit.
I think this is
there's more. I don't know, like ridiculous lines.
I guess with Commando, it's more. It's definitely the Arnie show.
Yeah.
In Commando.
I think
this is a little like there's other characters. Yeah.
But I think this is better than Commando. I think it's a better made film. I think it's more entertaining.
Oh, I don't know if I think it's more entertaining.
It's got more great lines.
Commando has great lots of great lines in Commando.
This movie has.
I think it has more. I'm not saying it has.
Come on! I didn't know this was gonna
Let's
turn
say they're
into
around the same level.
Okay, fine, they're close. I'm saying
Commando has better lines, straight up.
I probably also would say I like Total Recall a little better. I don't know why.
Total Recall is awesome.
Jason Statham.
What?
What? No.
He's not even in the remake of Total Recall.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was Colin
Farrell.
I'm pretty sure you directed it though.
I almost said Colin Firth.
Colin Firth. It was Colin Firth.
It was Colin.
Now that's the movie I want to
It was
watch.
actually Colin Firth, directed by Jason Statham. Look it up. It's in that alternative universe from Counterpart.
Oh yeah, that's the version that they got. Oh, that sucks. They got the Colin Firth version.
They got the Colin Firth version of Total Recall. All right, well, let's just run through our ratings then.
All right.
So, James, why don't you kick it off for everything? Plot.
6.
7.
I gave it a pretty strong 7.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
It was just the setup that I had a problem with. Everything else is like it's pretty straightforward, and it doesn't really deviate from that too much.
Works pretty well.
Yeah.
Kills action, James?
6.
I think that I gave a 6 because I don't feel like the actual action sequences are necessarily all that amazing. It all works in the context of the movie, but there's not like there's not like one sequence where I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking awesome or whatever.
That scene where they'd massacre the jungle, though, man, I keep coming back to that one.
I gave it a 7. I think. Well, I mean, I gave everything a 7, but it's just this is a solid 7 movie for me. So
I gave it a 9.
9. Holy
Apparently,
shit.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
When I was doing this last night, I was like,
a 9 for action and kills.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to dispute this?
If you throw kills into it, I think there's some pretty badass kills.
That's
in
true.
this.
Most of the
It's
kills are
action.
awesome.
It's action and kills, and the kills are pretty dope.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess.
Bill Duke's
Nothing is
head
ever violent enough for
fucking
James.
exploding, man.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking like,
James wants like an underground Asian like fucking snuff movie.
Like a Serbian film.
yeah.
Okay.
Cannibal Holocaust.
All right, so pacing.
7.
I gave it an 8.
I think I gave it 7. I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
you gave it 7.
Yeah, and I got 7 too. Quotes and tropes.
7.
10.
Holy fuck.
What did I say? I can't read it.
So hold on a second. I want to address that for a second. I gave Mad Max a 10.
For quotes and tropes.
Yeah, because that movie's got like every single trope ever.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that many amazing quotes.
So I'm already grunting everywhere. Sand, gun, blue. Seriously, you think this movie's a 10, eh?
Oh yeah.
Couldn't have been better.
It's got a lot of
Not-
classic
that's
lines.
For quotes and tropes, like it's got so many of like the classic action movie
It
quotes.
has a lot of amazing quotes.
And you got like stick
Got great-
around.
it does have great tropes.
If it bleeds, you can kill it. We can kill it.
Yeah,
You're one
it's
ugly
true.
motherfucker. Like, get to the chopper.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, it's valid.
He was going to challenge you, and you shut him
You
down.
shot me down. All right. So our final thing is just our reaction overall,
7.
9.
I think I said 7 as well.
and I got a 7, which leaves us with a.
It should be a pretty high rating, shouldn't
Yeah.
Is it 7.3?
7.3.
7.3.
So that puts it pretty high up there.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, it actually has it. It's tied with 2 other movies. So here's a question:
Oh.
do all 4 of us vote on this now?
Well, then it could get deadlocked.
Have you seen Ong Bak?
Yes.
Have you seen Assault on Precinct 13?
The original?
original.
Yes, once.
Do you want to be a part of this decision-making process?
If you want me to be, I will. But just fair warning, I like Predator better than both those movies. So
Yeah.
this is your list. So I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Am
true.
I the first guest you've had?
You
on?
are.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is tough.
I'm
boys.
honored.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I would put this below both of those movies.
Below both?
Both.
I think I would put it above On Back and below Assault on Precinct 13. What if we all have different answers here?
We have to hash this out.
Yeah, I think I'd put it in the middle too.
Oh, you would, eh?
Yeah.
I think that wins then.
Okay. So Assault is ahead. So then it's the new number 5 then, Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And On Back gets bumped down to 6.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Is this like if you get like I mean obviously you guys had seen this movie before but like
I haven't.
You'd never seen it.
I've seen parts of it. I never watched the whole thing.
okay.
Yeah,
I
I've watched it
don't.
lots.
Yeah.
I don't like. I never watched these movies when I was a kid, and I never seeked them out when I got into film, like watching movies and stuff like that. Like I was more interested in watching other stuff.
I'm really just making them.
So
watch these.
Because this was like for me like when I was like 11, 12, I would just watch this movie like all the time. Because I got really into the Alien movies, and then I heard it was like, oh, there's Alien versus Predator. I got to see these Predator movies now, and then.
So you're much younger than us.
Yeah, so like I watched the shit out of this movie.
I saw this when there wasn't any other Predator movies out.
Yeah. So, well, that's awesome. Well,
So we've done 25 movies now.
how many podcasts have we put out? This will be our 17th, I think.
17 we've released. Well, we'll have released.
Something close to there.
16.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Now, if only anyone listened to it.
If we had 16
Yeah.
listeners, that'd be pretty dope.
That would be.
You want to talk about our theme month?
Yeah, so we're going to start a theme month for March in honor of Jose Canseco.
What?
I don't know. This is the first person that came into my mind. We're gonna do westerns for the month of March, and I'm kicking it off with Tombstone. I'm not a western guy. Like, I'm not an action guy. So
that's a fine choice.
I'm going with my favorite western movie of all time.
I look forward to watching it for the millionth time. I'm serious.
This is the only movie I've watched like over 10 times that we're gonna watch. Like, we've watched so far. I used to watch this movie like once a week.
Yeah, I look forward to watching it. It's definitely a good watch.
It's a good sit.
You know what? I don't believe you. I don't believe you're on board with Tombstone.
You don't seem authentic.
Yeah. You don't seem on board.
Get fucking...
I don't know. Is there enough violence in that movie for me?
No, but
there's not enough violence.
Nothing has enough for you.
There's enough Val Kilmer for you, though.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do they massacre any villages in that movie?
Yeah.
There's a wedding massacre at the beginning of it.
Do they raise a town? So before we leave, you're not going to be here, obviously, Aaron, for the month of March. Do you have a favorite action movie that you would recommend before you go? I say a favorite
we just did
western.
Western. I really like the Coen Brothers True Grit. Actually,
it's a good movie.
I think that
is a good movie.
Pretty solid western. Yeah, my grandpa was really big into westerns, so
cool.
Used to watch them with him all the time, but it was always like random John Wayne movies that like The Lucky Texan. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Not even like the ones that are iconic. Or
no.
John Wayne gets a new horse.
Just whatever was on like Turner Classic Movies that day. But,
cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. I think obviously you picked a great movie, our new number 5. So thanks for coming.
My pleasure, man.
To everybody who's listening, thank you so much for listening. If you can, please check us out on Facebook, on Instagram. The most amazing thing you can possibly do, though, is tell a friend, get them to download it, give us a rating on iTunes. The more people who listen, the more, it means to us in our little hearts, especially James. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys next week.